come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a fool. Oh, men gon' lie, women gon' lie. You're looking for the truth and the numbers don't hide. Looking for the root of all evil, then you need to go open up the briefcase, see with your eyes. Everybody claim to be greatest of all times, but they never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the space coupe with the roof optional. Wonder why they follow suit. I've been groomed from the womb. Came out of my mama with some running tennis shoes. Faster than the speeding bullet. No, it's cool, it's cool. Don't play with it, baby. Say yo, so what you gon' do with it? Stop playing with it, baby. No. If you gon' do it, then you don't play with it, baby. Exactly. Yeah. Cause you ain't built like that.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Getting on here a little late today. Had a Madden tournament this morning that I was in for Campbell's Soup. Didn't do too bad. Mind you, I don't play online a whole lot. I like to play the Ultimate Team and all that, do the challenges. But I went 4-1. The last guy that finally took me out, I mean, I shot out everybody except for the first guy I played. I beat him. It was 21-0 and he quit. The second game, I beat him 17-0, I believe. Third one, it was like 21-0, and then he kind of quit. And then fourth one was a pretty close game. I ended up winning it 24-21. And then the fifth game, the guy was using the 3-3-5 odd defense blitz against me, so I couldn't do anything. I couldn't run. Anytime I dropped back for a pass, he was automatically on top of me, sacking me. So after like the first quarter, it was already 14-0. So I just said, you know what, if I ain't gonna play fair, then the hell with it. It's just a game. So I just quit, forfeit the game, told him GG. Yeah, so anyway, that was pretty fun. Can't complain about a 4-1, and then figure if somebody's got to use glitches and stuff to beat me, I must not be too shabby for an old guy, for an old Madden player. So anyway, around here we're going to do, now the playoffs are getting ready to start, and they got a lot of the bugs and stuff somewhat out of the game. I figured it's time to start my franchise with my boys, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The roster, it's straight up whatever the roster is right now, so I'm not going to change anything with that. It's on all pro difficulty. It's on simulation where it's going to be more like real life gameplay. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy watching. Let's kick this off against the New Orleans Saints. Do you want to play full game? Sure, why not? You can always put on 2 o'clock and eat some time if we have to, if it starts dragging out.
Today, from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans.
This is on the new Xbox Series X, so it's the next gen version.
Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
As you can see, the graphics are quite updated and a lot cleaner, crisper. That's amazing. This is the first time I actually played the franchise on the Madden this year, because I've been waiting until all the rosters and stuff were finalized after the trades and everything. So I don't like playing it during the year and then they make trades and everybody's on different teams and then you gotta like start over or try to trade them in the game. It just takes away some of the fun of it.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
And no run back on this one. So the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Now we see quarterback Drew Brees and his New Orleans offense set to go on attack here for the first time.
3-3-5 wide or
Exactly the start to the 2019 season that Drew Brees
run.
anticipated when he injured his thumb against the
so
Rams in Week 2 and forced him to miss 5 weeks. The Saints
zone
did
here
go
just in
5-0
case,
during his
pretty sure he's
absence,
gonna run
and
the
when he
ball.
came back, they didn't miss a beat.
Maybe
Brought
not.
him to
First
another
play of the
division
game's gonna
title
try to air it
and
out,
got
eh?
him into the
Ooh,
playoffs.
swatted that
And
down.
late in the
Put that to the
season,
house.
Peyton Manning
Good
for the
bear.
most career touchdown passes.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Working from the gun, it's Brees. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. Third down here. Charles, you take a look at the draft class for this offense. It's highlighted by a first-round pick who provides a much-needed boost to their offensive line.
And you and I both know it's the kind of pick that doesn't often get a fan base really excited. But I know who is excited. Their quarterback. He won't get hit as much, and that should improve the rest of the offense as well.
Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith.
We'll give him that.
He's able to get
Makes
this
it
one
fourth
up to
down.
his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, and that means they
I
come
did switch
up
that
short,
out.
as they're
Got
going to have to
Mickens
punt here
back
on the
there.
opening drive. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Mr. Brady.
Well, don't adjust your sense
Brady
at home.
Bunch.
It may take a little while to get used to this, but here we go. For the first time in his post-Patriot life, Tom Brady takes the
Been waiting
field
in the
as
ultimate
a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
for them to
Well,
give him an
against home
update.
debut
He's only at
next
90
Sunday against
overall. I mean, I know he's
Carolina,
getting
Tom
old and all
Brady's
that, but
first
geez,
game
guys.
for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
He should be a
On
legend
the
or
road,
something,
and you
even
know
a
the
living
eyes
legend.
of the NFL are all locked in on this game, trying to get used to the sight of Tom Brady in a Buccaneers uniform, leading Tampa Bay, hopefully, to the playoffs.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Demario Davis there on the
Ronald
stop.
Jones, he's a beast too this
Yeah, I don't know
year.
if it's exactly a
Now that he's
win-win,
actually
but
got
if
a
you're
quarterback
offense, you'll
back there
take
that can
that
throw
kind
the
of a
freaking
run,
ball.
all right?
He
It
can
was
actually
kind of
get
stacked
some
up, found a
breakaway
little bit of
runs.
yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on
Winston was
schedule
good.
on
I thought
offense. The
Winston was gonna be a
playbook
lot
is still
better.
open for the coordinator.
3
Oh,
yards
man,
on
that
that
guy
last carry. Here's
Freaking
second and
needs glasses
7.
or something. He throws so many damn interceptions. It was crazy.
Shotgun now for Brady. There's the Penn
Godwin
State
on the
man.
cross
It's Chris
there.
Godwin. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Glad to see Brady's
15
doing
yards
good
on
in
the
Tampa
play.
his first
First
year. It took a
down.
while for the offense to get
Whenever you talk
going.
about players that really broke out in the 2019 season, you better add Chris
But he's
Godwin
already
to
broke
that
the
list.
touchdown
Over
records.
1,300 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns. He was second among receivers last season,
Got him to the
receiving yards
playoffs
per
first
game
time in
at
13
95.
years.
This guy combines great body control,
So I'm not
excellent
complaining.
strength,
I mean,
and terrific route running
bandwagon fan.
ability
I've been with
to
Tampa
become
since
a
the
really
day I was,
big downfield
I
threat.
can remember watching football, I guess. And I watched them back in the
Brady
creamsicle
now on
days.
first
And
down.
watched them when they won the Super Bowl
It's
against the
complete to his
Raiders.
receiver, Godwin.
That's probably one of the
A good
highlights of my
pickup
life there.
8 yards on the first down completion.
Must have been
Boy, you know, so
18
many
at the time, 19,
storylines
something
here in
like
this
that.
opener. Of course, you got Brady versus Brees. You've got Jameis Winston, the Bucs' former quarterback, on the opposite sideline. And oh, by the way, it's a division opponent, but all anyone's talking about, really, and rightly so, Tom Brady out there leading the Buccaneers.
I like how you were able to slide in the other storylines, even though you did acknowledge, and rightly so at the end, this is all about Tom Brady wearing a Buccaneers uniform, leading a new team, hoping to take them to the glory that he took New England. That's what this game is all about. Yeah, Jameis is there. He's able to say hi to everyone, but he shouldn't figure into this game. Yes, Drew Brees is back leading his team who should win the division, but this is all about Tom
See if we
Brady.
get Bronco
A
here.
fresh start and infinite possibilities.
He gets it into the hands hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Brady to Gronk, a familiar ring to that one, and it's a Buccaneers first down. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Brady's pass there, complete to Gronkowski. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. But the Brady-Gronk connection, certainly something to watch here with the Bucs in 2020. Of Tom Brady's 541 touchdown passes coming into 2020, Gronk's 78 were the most of any receiver. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. They needed 4 to double down. He wound up getting 8. Brady to Evans that time. First down, Tampa.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing, so things aren't as precise as they've been.
Jones up the middle. We're in.
Tampa Bay touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And this carries into the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
25-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. It's a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Breeze's throw going to be caught by Sanders. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 33.
The only bad thing that they did,
22.
they haven't really fixed in this game is the zone
He's
coverages.
exactly who you want in your locker
Huge
room
holes
and
back
who you
there,
want on
so
your
I usually
team. He can
do my
integrate into an
drops.
offense quickly. He joined the San Francisco
out with
49ers in midseason last year and had a huge
Drops to do
impact
that.
in their run to a Super Bowl.
And the other
He's
thing
a
too
veteran
is
receiver that
cornerback
everyone respects.
matchups. I always
And
try to do
yes,
it by
he can
overall or
still play.
speed, even online.
So
it
from
seems like
Buccaneer
that helps.
territory now, it's 1st and 10 down at the 33.
Yeah, the big blue zones
Shotgun
are
now for
horrible right now in
Breeze.
this game.
And it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21.
You don't manually play
Breeze
that
on the
guy
hook
there.
up to Thomas
I'm
for the
not
New
very
Orleans
good at it,
first.
so I try not to do it a lot.
21-yard line.
Yeah,
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first
Usually in the red zone is where I
After
can tear
one,
down.
7-0 on EA Sports.
Saints nothing.
I've been posting some clips on my YouTube. Some of my best plays in the red zone. I had a few of
Try
them
to
on
pound
there
it in, Kamara.
just the last couple of days.
He pushes forward for maybe
I had
three down to
an
the
interception
6-yard
that was in the
line.
very back of the end zone, literally like a foot away from stepping out of
I
bounds.
think you got to
Took it
continue
all the
to
way
try
back
and
to the
run and try and
house.
keep your defense honest.
Today in the
Jimmy
tournament,
Earl said
I
just sit back,
had
dare you to throw it on every down.
pick
Yeah, you get your
6
quarterback hit a
right
lot
about
that
here
way,
in the
too.
red zone against somebody. So.
Kamara trying again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why
The,
it's such a team game,
blocking
isn't it?
the
I know
kick
it sounds
is
really
just
generic and it sounds
garbage.
almost trite.
I think I've
But the
blocked
blocks
one
were
kick
made up
since
for
I've had it
offensive
when it
line
first came
collected
out.
victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So all even at 7
You
now
gotta
as
be
they
like
kick it
spot
away.
on perfect in order to even get
And
close.
ultimately cannot
Usually I
get
try to
this
get
out
the guy that's
25-yard
closest to the
line as he's dropped at the
kicker
23.
that way you can try to catch
Their own
it.
23-yard line.
We remind you lots more to come here in this opening weekend of the Return to Football 2020. Coming up later tonight, it's the national debut of SoFi Stadium in Southern California. The Cowboys and the Rams doing battle there. And then 2 more to finish off the week on Monday Night Football. The Steelers and Giants from MetLife Stadium and the Titans and Broncos from Mile High.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 9,
They're in man,
Brady,
so
and now a
there's
fumble. Brady loses the football.
That was my fault.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
And there's a nice catch there by Rob Gronkowski. We all know the story. Came out of retirement, got himself traded to Tampa Bay from New England in order to reconnect with his favorite quarterback. And no one has caught more Tom Brady touchdowns than Gronk, and he expects to add to that total in Tampa Bay.
They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, again to Jones. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones.
Seriously.
Oh, hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The last
It's
run
like
got a
Fournette
couple.
coming.
Here's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Brady.
Mismatch.
He's going to hit his man out of the
Linebacker
backfield.
can't keep up
Complete.
with McCoy.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
A gain of 19 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
miles an hour. It's the next-gen statistic replays that they have now. Oh, great. Ronald Jones broke his freaking ribs.
So in
Yeah, that's pretty cool. They got some RFID tags now in the players' shoulder pads and stuff, so they're going to do like updates. They're going to drop a bunch of data into the game so you get better speed and ratings and stuff.
From the
So
gun,
that
it's
ought to be
Brady.
kinda cool.
Throwing over
I
the
got
middle,
lucky
but
there.
it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Chris Godwin, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings to 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Brady. And that's going to be
Oh, are you
intercepted.
serious?
Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
Looking to throw on second down.
Give me that.
Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Yeah, I was kind of
And
disappointed.
no return here. Where will they spot it?
COVID
They say just outside the 20-yard line.
lockdown crap.
Now
This year,
comes
Tampa
Bay.
played the
A
Detroit
tale of two
Lions, which
extremes
are here in
already in this
Michigan.
game. A
So
touchdown pass on their
I had
opening
plans
drive,
to go and
followed
watch
by
them
an
this year,
interception
then
last time out.
Now, it sounds
COVID
like things
hit, and
balance
they locked
out, right?
everything
What's that
down,
mythological
so
thing that we
needless
do.
to say, I didn't
If you
get to
have a
go,
candy
so
bar, have a diet soda,
probably
with
won't
it,
get
it
another
balances it out.
opportunity to
And
see
we know that's
Brady
not
unless
really
I
true,
somehow
right?
take a
Because
trip
the
to
interception, that's still
Tampa.
illegal.
Can't anybody open?
And he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to bury him for a loss of 11. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
That's on pass plays. I'm going to have to start doing
We
some
remind you
max
that coming
protect.
up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Brady. And that is
Evans got a
incomplete.
lot of that.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete.
We are
To this
just
point, I've been impressed with the work
milliseconds away from
defensively.
getting
They
it.
have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Breeze will try again on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
Oh, no doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
At the 41-yard line.
Now, Breeze again. Sanders has it over the middle.
Man, this is looking
Now we'll
like
get a quick
real
timeout
life week
called by
one
New
this year.
Orleans, number
Can't
2,
stop these guys.
as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On first down, Breeze. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, it's Breeze. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out
See if we
towards the
can't get
sidelines.
sacked.
If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
That throw by Brady, incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available and incompletion as a result.
It's complete to Brown, right side. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
First down.
Brady now on 1st down. That's complete to his running back, Evans. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Buccaneers.
On 1st down, Brady. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over
Seriously?
out of bounds.
Gronk just got, man, what the hell?
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Drops this one off to McCoy underneath. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The 14-yard line.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Seahawks who were able to come away with the road victory. Chris Carson, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Deebo Samuel, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And things didn't go so well as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. 31-28, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
We got to try to get this run game going.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Fournette. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Brady. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this time. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They run it again with Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
This Tampa Bay front was the toughest group to run the football against last year, and you can see why with plays like that. This is a good unit that got into the backfield and stopped that play before it could get started.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. And he'll begin with a give to Fournette to start the drive. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now.
And that's going to be
intercepted.
intercepted.
You freaking kidding me?
Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And he will take this one.
He was even calling for that touchdown.
Rare pick 6 thrown by Tom Brady. He threw only 14 regular season pick 6s in his career coming into this season. A couple others in the playoffs, the one to Robert Alford in Super Bowl 51. And you might remember the Titans' Logan Ryan doing it late in the wild card round loss a season ago. What's good on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 28.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Now Brady to try again after the pick 6. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because
That's a bruiser. He's slow, but
it's a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being able to make them.
The question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. And a
Play action. Now it's Brady. Finds Howard complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs on that.
And he's into the end zone.
There we
for
go.
a Tampa Bay touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and we will not see a run back here from Harris. The New Orleans offense set to take over, and their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic.
For a while, he
but that
wasn't
also
really
doesn't mean you
offense
just do it the same
Saints
way you've been
for a
doing
while.
it the entire
Breeze was
ball game.
hurt.
Maybe change up some blocking assignments
Cooks,
or run a
Thomas.
few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I think what he had
Now,
like
they
6
struggled to get him
touchdowns.
rolling on the ground
2
in the
weeks ago or
first
something
half,
like
and that's
that.
sort of
Crazy.
continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper into the game.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's good for a save.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchet.
The ball is out. Kamara from
Oh, coughed it up. Get that. There we go.
10. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs.
Ryan Suckup on for the point.
So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up here.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded in the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Throwing on first down is Breeze. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter play. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And it's caught on the right side, it's Smith. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 30-yard line.
Brady. He'll set up the screen to McCoy.
Cut back to
11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Come on, they didn't give that to
through
him.
the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And look at this. They
what the hell?
They needed. It's intercepted.
No way.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a
Freaking
pick.
way.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
A
scoring some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time.
LaShawn McCoy, the ball carrier.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A lane to run there is Fournette, able to get about 7 on first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now they'll throw with Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
2nd and 8.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So possession goes over here on the punt. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Tampa Bay.
From midfield, here's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski, that's caught. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
7-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Brady. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And that's going to be
yeah.
touchdown. And they
receiver streaking downfield to meet it. Here in the stadium, you can just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears won't realize as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Suck up for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
Score, so
Drew Brees in the offense. Down by 7. A little over 30 seconds remaining. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brees. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
He's going to let it fly. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He's back to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. They'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch, just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. One final try here for Brees. That's caught. It's Thomas. And they get it inside the 10 and the 8.
All right.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Bucs, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.
That's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top of it. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit.
4 weeks.
Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had 2 necks. I got homies that can sleep without 2. I got homies that can sleep without.
Hey, Coach, what's the game plan for Christian McCaffrey? Yeah, we're going to disregard him. We're going to just try to slow him down. I doubt we can shut him out.
Let me feel myself a little bit.
Little bit, you ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top a bit. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, you ain't talking big.
Go with the
Get out my way,
color.
little bit. West LA, that where you find me though. Chacha macha with a rockin' black clothes.
That's the one thing they haven't put into the Madden Ultimate Team this year either. The color rush one.
Let me blow this down a little bit. Little bit.
Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Just
Yeah,
a
the
short
stadium
time
is
ago,
freaking
the
amazing.
Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this
We went to
frenzied
vacation
crowd
down
here in
to
the
Disney and
Sunshine
Universal
State.
one year,
And we're in the big
I made it a
ship,
point
and
to drive to
fittingly,
Tampa, and
everyone here ready
got to
do
drive around the
battle
back,
as
and they
Tampa
were,
Bay gets ready to match up
doing,
with the Carolina Panthers.
spring training back there. We could see the guys, and we pulled up to the gate, and there was a security
Hi
guard
again,
there.
everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside
Pulled in, and we
Charles
told her,
Davis.
like,
And
hey,
Charles, you take
you
a
probably
look
hear
at
this all the
Buccaneer
time,
ball
but
club.
we're
They
huge
come in
Tampa
off a
fans.
good win
You know,
on the road,
is there
and
any
now
way
they
we can
hit
get in,
the
just to
opener
get some
at
pictures or
1-0.
whatever? And
On the other side of the field for the visiting
he
Panthers.
actually buzzed us in.
They were
We
losers
go
their
in,
last
we
time
park.
out. They're going to try to get back in the win
walk
column,
up to
but
the-
obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes
what
it
you'd
actually
call it.
works to your advantage.
The
Now
administration
you gotta
office or
band
whatever. We
together
walk
your
in,
team,
and
the
you
us
can
against
see
the
all the
world
Hall of Fame
mentality. Let's see
trophies.
if they can use it and get a victory.
Warren Sapp, John
No
mentioned
chance to
everybody,
get
the
away
Super
as
Bowl
they'll get him
trophy,
down at
all the
about
Super Bowl
17-yard
rings.
line. Offensively for
They were really
Carolina,
nice.
Teddy
They-
Bridgewater will be
The lady
at the
come up,
controls,
introduced
the
us, gave us all kinds of
talented
stuff,
quarterback out of Louisville.
I love
sunglasses,
just about
bumper
everything about
stickers,
him. Love his
flag.
game,
I
love his
mean,
makeup,
nice
love
as
his
you could be.
moxie. One of my favorite words.
Unfortunately,
This
that
guy's a
day we couldn't
competitor. Gritty, tough,
go
you
and see
name
the
it, he's got
guys
it. But
because
he did
they
throw an
had
interception in last week's
it was
game.
draft day
That
actually.
contributed to a loss. And
So
despite
they had
the
all
fact he
the
threw 3 touchdown
head
passes,
honchos there from all
he's
the
gonna be
different
out there
things,
redoubling his efforts
doing the
and
draft
trying to
picks
play
and everything.
better.
So, but yeah, it was really freaking cool to see all that stuff in person.
That is the kind of tackle
See it on
they wanna
TV
see
or
all
whatever
game
on
as he'll
pictures, but
lose
to actually
yardage
be in
to
there and
start things
see the
out.
trophy
2
and
yards the
how big
loss,
the rings
2nd and
actually
12.
are and shit. It's
Nice
just
play
crazy.
right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Stadium.
You
They
know
had a
better than
Beyonce
I. He has the
concert, I
ability
believe,
to
that
take
day
over a
there.
game. So what
We
do you
went
do?
around there and got to see the pirate ship and everything. So pretty impressive stadium.
Everyone to the line of scrimmage. He breaks through. Nothing but you can bet they're not
And then
going to
directly right across the
game
street
anytime soon, but this
is
is
the
obviously not a good
New York
start.
Yankees
2 carries, 2 runs,
spring
both stop for a loss.
spring ball stadium there. So there's a sky bridge you can take and you can walk over there. So we did that, got pictures and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On the return is Mickens. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. The Buccaneer offense taking the field with all eyes in the stadium glued to their quarterback in season number 21. His first, of course, in Tampa, the great Tom Brady.
If you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and you have a chance to get Tom Brady, you take that opportunity. Even though Jameis Winston is your quarterback last year, threw for over 5,100 yards, but he also threw 30 interceptions. Tom Brady threw just 8 in New England last season. They figured that can be the difference to get that team into the playoffs and maybe back to the Super Bowl.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. From the gun, it's Brady. Oh, he almost picked it.
Right out of your hands, bro.
Turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Had to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we talk about defenders specifically.
I think wide receiver-wise, they really have too many
right
weapons.
He
They got, what, Robbie Anderson, I think?
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong plate.
I'll take that. Thank you. Devin White with the pick 6.
Back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I would play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Helps get pressure on Bridgewater. They're hitting him as he was throwing, so it kind of lifts it up in the air for him.
For the touchdown. So they
We'll take it, right?
They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that 2nd drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
Now a draw play. McCaffrey fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Completes it to
Oh, are you
Samuel.
serious? That was some blown coverage.
And all the way
Who the
down
hell
to
that was supposed to be?
39.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
That dude's hair is crazy.
Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
Bridgewater getting this complete to McCaffrey.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Able to fight through one tackle. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It's a gain of 6.
3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Out of the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Oh, we read that.
Being knocked back to the 18. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Buccaneers 7, Panthers nothing.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore.
Touchdown, Carolina.
DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And he knocks it through. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Trying to shake things up a little bit and try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Nice game. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they won 3-and-out.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line.
At the 20-yard line.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Touchdown, Buccaneers. LaShawn McCoy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Yeah, he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Flushed out right, and he's got his target.
You were behind the line of scrimmage there, sir.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return.
Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
And Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 43. He'll throw from the gun. Letting one go deep here for Gronk. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And now it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Brady. Pressure comes in. He's
Jeez, guys.
It's a Panther sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He's got Evans. And he takes it all the way down to the 15. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
He's got no offensive line.
Up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the 2nd half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something? And down he goes. The pressure getting to Barrett. That's Shaq Barrett, last year's sack leader, gets in there to register another one.
I think it's overstating it to say that he came out of nowhere. But did anyone see 19 and a half sacks coming from Shaq Barrett last year? And even after he became an acknowledged guy that you had to block, he still was able to get to the quarterback. Expects to continue on that level, and there he is, adding to his totals.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. We now proceed to the start of the 2nd half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. Of course, remember they beat the Saints a week ago, so some good momentum rolling right now.
That
From
looked
the
like a face
25,
mask.
they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Brady going to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now a first down carry here from McCoy. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic 3rd and long after that last sack. Shotgun now for Brady. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
It'll be 37 yards there.
McCaffrey threw me off like a little biatch.
Now 1st and 10. Reminder, still some good games coming up here in Week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. Levante David in on the tackle.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6
I don't know how Bridgewater got that over my arm because I was leaping right in his face.
1st down.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Get that jet sweep crap out of here.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Fournette, a 1st down carry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and 5 now. Brady. This is caught. Gronkowski. And the Bucs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Extra point try now for Succop. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40. Open man is Samuel, complete. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Throwing is Bridgewater. He's going to air one out for Anderson. This is caught inside the 15.
What?
And he gets this
How
down
in the
deep
hell?
into Tampa Bay territory.
Get out of here, dude.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Come on.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. So a decent deficit at this stage in the 2nd half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Well, they hit him
Get
in
that
the
out of
backfield,
here.
and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here we go with McCaffrey. He's not
Boom, big stop. Big stop.
They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll try and run some clock now with McCoy. Showed some strong running, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. From the gun, Brady airing this one out for Evans. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 46-yard line.
Again, it's McCoy. He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Again, give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus.
Yeah, it was all defense that game. So.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it basketball. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating around here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. So no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay.
So that's 3 years, 37.9 mil. We'll give him a little bit of a bonus here. Hope he takes that. Yeah.
Stars born, I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my face, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secure the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing.
They do that, they want more money.
Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew. Only winning is exception on my crew. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay.
Nobody else is out, just Jones still. Seahawks, 49ers, Giants, Cowboys, and Buccaneers. Winless Falcons, Panthers, and Rams. Kind of a little backwards from what it is right now in football, but whatever.
When I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip when it's split. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Take a sip when it's split. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Yeah, the sun can't touch me. Got a brand new visor. Yeah, you're friend smart, but my bud's wiser. Yeah, get the job done like the equalizer. And I'ma grab another drink, cause tonight I'm go fast.
Alright, we'll play one more.
taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So Broncos, they got what? Lindsey at running back.
At their own 22-yard line.
Kaepernick? What? Oh, they went and picked up Kaepernick. Get the fuck out of here. And they got, what, Jerry Jeudy, I think?
Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete to open things up. He was looking for the rookie Jerry Jeudy there. That'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. This is the tight end fake. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
Throwing is Kaepernick on 3rd down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Big Mike Purcell with the tackle.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. But now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Brady, he gives it to Brown. Good play. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
He stopped immediately there. It is an defensive team getting off the board quickly, swarming the ball, making a tackle like what we saw there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are
Evans, come on.
They're just heading straight for the quarterback.
You got to hold on to
that play to hold them to no gain. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Makes the score Buccaneers 3.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Their own 17.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. From the gun, Brady. He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy.
See ya. That's Shady McCoy.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. The decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The numbers a week ago for Melvin Gordon. 15 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. 51 yards on the punt there. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line.
Now he'll begin with a give to Fournette to start the drive.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 5-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Buccaneer first and pickup of 12 yards. From the shotgun, it's a give to the corner. And just a short gain that time is going to get him down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Fournette. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Yes, sir. Leonard Fournette has a well-deserved reputation as a physical, powerful runner. He's going to drop his shoulder and run over people time and time again. I think he uses it to his advantage, though. How about that last one? Set him up. Looked like he's going to drop the
They're
hammer.
all over that.
A little shake. And what did he do, partner?
Brought the defender right there in his way. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Gain of 6 yards. And it's
Operating from the gun. Brady. A pass underneath for Fournette. And he's into the end zone.
Oh, he got in there.
Touchdown,
Nice.
Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
makes the score.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
28-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Kaepernick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. And
oh, just out of the tips of Winfield's hand.
Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. His way to a 100-yard game. He's already... They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
Now Fournette. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold it.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a 1st after a gain of about 9.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
On 2nd down now. It's McCoy, and he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 30.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out.
And he's going to go down. They get to him
Damn,
back
Von
at the
Miller.
40. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
So how many different ways can we say that Von Miller is an absolute nightmare to prepare for any offense? An absolute dominant force on the defensive side of the ball. Double-digit sacks in 7 of his 9 seasons in the NFL. And when he finished the 2019 season, 2nd in total sacks in NFL history among active players, behind only Terrell Suggs.
Brady's throw complete there to Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
1st down, Buccaneers.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And it'll be intercepted.
Should have known.
And a big turnover there. as his guys will get the football back.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
I was pushed into him.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Oh, battle for it here, and this will be caught. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will finish off. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. They're going to Gallman here on the screen. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Charles, we get a look at the draft class here for this team. What do you think?
Well, I think for the most part, I do like what they did because, to me, they got some solid players in the early rounds. And then if I'm correct in my evaluation, they got some great value in the later rounds as well.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. stepping up. He'll try and run. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Kaepernick going to throw. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Well, just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to show that sack carried out in just 2.5 seconds from beginning to end. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. Working from the gun. It's Kaepernick. That's complete to Gallman. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now on 2nd and 13. Brady, he'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those.
Going for Evans, but
are you
pass is
serious?
intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. He will turn this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Gallman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter action in Denver.
At the 47-yard
Kaepernick now to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now the ball comes loose, and the Buccaneers have it.
I'll take that back, thank you.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players, knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming.
He just keeps
and
getting
try and
hurt
cover
every
up the
freaking
football.
game.
And they still find ways to knock it free.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Josie Jewell on the tackle.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And intercepted.
Oh, my
Maybe
God.
the turning point they need. Alexander Johnson. Return stops at the 39-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
The offensive line
They
is
did what they had
trash.
to do
Keep
to
getting
give
hit every time I try to throw
to
it.
get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Now left side on the swing pass. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is caught.
What?
To pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos draw a bit closer.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. This is McCoy. And not much running room. Down to the 32. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. Broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They'll run it again with Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. They couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try and run it with McCoy. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Here's Fournette. And he's in.
Dragging him in there, baby.
Buccaneers.
be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. From midfield, here's Kaepernick. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of 40 before he's out of bounds. 8 more yards this time, coming off back-to-back first down pickups.
On the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Kaepernick. He's going to find his man out of the backfield.
Of course,
That's
he's
complete.
up in the passer.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Here's a first down throw. It's complete. Well, the Broncos are going to have a first and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive for the play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now, Kaepernick again. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. Probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away
All right, everybody. I think that's going to be it. So we started off 3-0. Looking good so far. We got 5 undefeated teams. The Chiefs, 49ers, Seahawks, Bucks, and Vikings.
Lie to yourself if you won't. I put my team on my back. Did what I could, what I had. Now I'll be all in my bag. Copy and paste with the swag. Bet you can't do it like me. All my winners on repeat. Take your L like a boss. Stand 10 toes on your feet.
All right. Well, again, I want to thank everybody for watching. Whoever did. Check me out here on Twitch. Screen name is Dementor's Touch. All my videos, like always, I upload them onto YouTube as well. So on YouTube, it's Dementor's Touch as well. If you guys enjoyed the content again, and until next time, like always, see ya.